So we've got Please Stop starring Scrippy and Singeslayer. Going to be on the left-hand side of Crater, which has been the counter pick for this Game 2 of the bronze match of the Airmech Carry Me #2 tournament. Meanwhile, they'll be going against Megasalt. That's Sporefreak and Liobuster, going to be in the Osprey Warthog again. Warthog tends to struggle on this map, just because it tends to be a slow, not very maneuverable mech, and this is a big map. So Crater is kind of characterized generally by side pushes, where you have several paths that you can cleave through, and it's easy to do things that your opponents can't see. You can definitely do a big side push from a corner and they won't see it till it's right at their fort. It's a map where you have to be very conscious of the minimap and have to actively scout across the map to actively see what's going on. So Sporefreak and Liobuster have already taken their close and have moved to the bottom right. And then the mirror match of that, Singeslayer and Scrippy going to already neutralize their top left as well. Naturally, they'll move to the other corner. That tends to be the steady progression. The real question after that is, are they going to go for the middle, or are they going to try and take what's not theirs? Crater can definitely be a very mid-fight centric sort of map, but because it is so wide, you can get stuff like this, where if the team jumps in at just the right moment, Liobuster landing in the exact wrong place at the wrong time. Sporefreak might also get taken down here because Singeslayer's got air-to-ground rockets, and they're both pretty fast guys. Scrippy and a striker takes him down. Ouch. Okay, so that would have been a cool cheese if you didn't land right in front of the two Longhorn and Neutral Flacker and take those tank shells to the face. And then the two Carbon Team players immediately showing up really kind of threw a wrench into that whole biz. So looks like Sporefreak and Liobuster are going to call it quits and go back to their own outpost for a little bit. But now that they've created this opening, now that they're clearly behind, Singeslayer and Scrippy are probably going to monopolize on this. So Scrippy placing some tanks down, moves all his tanks to the top side, gives them a custom waypoint. He's going to send them right here, and he's going to be able to neutralize this post. So for right now, not all that concerned. Singeslayer does get taken out, and he flew the wrong way, giving Sporefreak a complete telegraph of this tank push. It would have been sneaky, but now he knows it's coming. Or, well, maybe I overestimated Sporefreak's vision. As this is where Sporefreak would be dropping all these tanks on the north side and repositioning his units so that they would have a great concave on this carbon push that's pushing in. But I suppose he didn't see them after all. And so, really, it's on Scrippy to get some infantry up here. It's on Singeslayer to get some infantry up here and have some things in queue, because they are going to neutralize this. The real question is going to be, will they be able to capture it? And if they do capture it, will they be able to hold it? Liobuster once again is going to get taken out by being in the wrong spot at the wrong time, right in front of all those tank shells. They do have a lot of jumpers behind. Sporefreak's been able to hold on to this pretty well since all these units are on C, so they're trying desperately to attack, but there's jackals that are getting dropped right on top of it, so the tanks keep getting distracted, and they're on follow, so half of them wandered away. Scrippy getting taken down by the neutrals. Singeslayer trying to come in with more SAMs, but that push is pretty floundered at this point. That was, yeah, if they had just used the R command, I feel like that would have gone a lot better as far as the prioritization of the unit fire. Letting your tanks get distracted by the other units actually loses you most engagements. You have to neutralize first and then prioritize units. Since you have the infantry there, as soon as you capture the post, it's your match to lose, man. So Scrippy going to try and keep probing forward. He's got several jumpers here. He actually, since he's an Osprey, or no, since he is Singeslayer, since he is a Helix, he can carry a little bit more than the average bear. So he has dropped a couple of boxers and a lunchbox as well. That lunchbox is going to put an overshield on this outpost, so this is a pretty good capture here. Now, this isn't necessarily game over because, I mean, Sporefreak's been pushing forward. He's got Jackals. He's got Gemini. He's going for it. He's going for the throat. And Green owns this close outpost, so we will see what happens. This could easily turn into a base race. Scrippy trying to drop some things on defense. Singeslayer, meanwhile, is going to keep up the attack on fort. So he pushes tanks, he pushes boxers, pushes a couple of seekers, drops some T-99s. The problem, again, with turrets, they are very buff, they're very strong, but they don't prioritize the fort. So if it comes down to a base race, these turrets could potentially lose the game. Meanwhile, Liobuster is more focused with capturing rather than the base race. So Sporefreak, they do neutralize this, but they can't be neutralizing. They have to go for the fort. This is now a race because you've got both forts are getting pounded on. Liobuster probably not going to be able to get the forces to deal with this because 2 turrets, 2 seekers, that is a lot of anti-air. So Singeslayer is going to have no trouble dealing with this. He's going to use his own mech to take out those couple of tanks. Liobuster goes down to the 4 anti-air. And Sporefreak has let off the assault, so now they are going to lose this base race. Not even realizing maybe that there are so many carbon units here. Working that Q heal, trying to buy as much time as possible. And GG, Megasalt getting knocked out in this game too. Singeslayer and... oh well. So we got a win. Well, we got a 3rd place win. Please stop. You're victorious.